Hi, this video will cover equations and inequalities. I'm Mr. Greaves, your A grade math teacher for Forest Brook Middle School. Thanks for watching and let's get started. So go ahead, grab your journal and write down these notes. First thing we're going to look at is we're going to combine any and all like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So when you see equation and wherever have a symbol like equal to or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you'll see some terms. And we know that terms are alike when those terms have the same variable and the same exponent. So we look here in this example that I wrote at the top, both terms have the variable x, and they both share the same number exponent. Even though the exponent isn't written here, that's where it would be. And it's understood that that exponent would be 1. So because they have the same variable exponent correlation, they're considered like terms. And that means you can use your integer rules to combine them. Remember, if we have the same signs, we add, and if we have different signs, we subtract. Remember, numbers are considered like constants as well. So if I have 9 plus 7, these are considered like because they are both constants. The next bullet point is we're going to use multiple inverses to solve for the variable. So that's basically identifying addition, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, and what number we're using for those. And then we're going to do the opposite of that operation. And then lastly, it's more of a good guideline tip for inequalities, but let's just apply it to all. When dividing by a negative coefficient, reverse the sign. So if I had negative 3x equals 9, and when I divide by using my inverse operation, right here I'm dividing by a negative number. Well, let's say greater than or equal to. Then when I do that operation and get the negative 3, I have to flip the sign and have it's read less than or equal to. So let's look at this example at the bottom. We see here we draw a line on the equal sign and breaks into two parts. On the left side we have 3 terms. The first term is a negative 5x, the second term is a positive 4x, and the third term is a positive 2x. Now which one of these terms are considered alike, if any? Well, the first and the third one, because the negative 5x and the positive 2x both share the same variable, which x, which has the same exponent. And they're both not written, so it's understood that they are both 1. So, different signs, so that means we subtract, and we get negative 3x. And that's why when you see negative 5x plus 2 combined together, they subtract, we get negative 3x. So now let's use our inverse operations. To successfully use inverse operations, we must identify the operations that are being used. We are adding 4, so that's one operation, and then we are multiplying by negative 3. Always remove addition and subtraction first. So we're adding 4. The inverse of that will be subtracting 4. Always do these actions on both sides of the equal sign or the symbol. And now we have negative 3x equals 12. Remember, different signs, subtract. Now we have 3x equals 4, and we're multiplying by a negative 3x. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing by a negative 3, and we do that on both sides. And when we do the math, seeing that we divided by a negative number, the sign will flip. Well, this sign will flip. We'll turn the opposite way, but it's an equal sign. So even if I write it in the opposite way, it is still equal. So the value of x equals negative 4. And that's our introductory video that should remind you how to combine like terms. Variables have the same letter and exponent correlation, or they're both constant. We use multiple inverses by identifying what operations we have and what numbers we're using with them, and do the opposite on both sides. And remember, if you divide by a negative coefficient, go ahead and flip the sign.